Well, hello there, it's your buddy Dale here again. Today's project is a little, not so I wouldn't say different, but a lot of people are normally have this situation, so I thought I'd give you an idea of what has to be done here. What we are doing today is we're putting in a door where there was no door before. There is a cased opening where somebody had just put a jamb all the way around the opening and didn't put a door there. So today's project is we're going to be putting a door there, and the door that we're going to be putting there is this one right here. It is an exterior steel door, but we're putting it in this position here, and I'll show you the cased opening. The cased opening is right here, and I went ahead and took the liberty to mark the hinges 7 inches from the here to the top of here, and we're putting on 4-inch butts because it's an 1 3/4 door. You don't want to put 3-inch butts on an 1 3/4 door. If it was a 1 3/8, that would be fine. So I did mark this one at 7 inches down, and the next one down is at 65 inches to the top, and then you would mortise it. And today I used the a stamp, which you can get these at your local big box store, Home Depot. But this is it. This is what it looks like here. It's got the edges on it like that, and you just take your hammer, you set this up here just like this, and then you slap your hammer on the corners and in the center just to make enough mark. Now these here could be mortised by hand, but today I'm going to be using my cordless router, and this is a 36-inch opening, and it doesn't have anything drilled out for this side, which is fine. We'll mark that and put it in. The door has for a deadbolt and for a regular keyed lock, but in this particular we're just going to use a keyed lock, and we're going to put a false front on that top one. And so let me get this set up, and I'll be right back. Now on my router, it's a little noisy, and I do this freehand. For the exterior jambs that have the board running down the center, I do have a plywood jig that I use with my router. In this particular case, since it's flat, I can just use my router and freehand it, and it works very fine. So let's do that. And now this will go in here just like this. Keep it up to the top. since it's up at that height and I couldn't get a good bird's eye view, it did get a little carried away just at the bottom, which is not a big deal. We'll fill in the gap. And let me show you what this is going to look like now. And with that in place, this is what it's going to look like. And that'll screw into that, and it's perfectly flush. So that's what it will do. Okay, this particular one here, because it was a better line of sight, I was able to make it fit a lot better. Okay, that one's in. All we gotta do is mount the screws and screw that one in up there. Okay, we're gonna add our screws to that. Okay, now we have both of those on there. And okay, we do have the door on. As you can see there, I've only got 2 hinges in it at this time. I can add a third if I deem it necessary. It may not be, but we'll see after I get a little bit further. But the reason I'm going to show you something here, you can see the little bit larger gap here than what is normal. It does need to close up a little bit, and that's all the way down. But what's good about it is that it's hitting right down at the bottom where we want it to hit, and hitting up here at the top exactly where we want it to. So this wall is pretty well framed, exactly how it should be, level. Okay, what we did here, it is 6 7/8 inches. If you've measured from the top up here down to the hinge at 7, you can measure down from here, the top of the door, down to here, which would be 6 7/8. Okay, now in this particular instance, I didn't mortise this end of the door because I needed as much room as I could over there with that gap that I was showing you. And I may have to cheat even more, but we may not. It may be fine, but I did the same here and the same for down there. And that one is at 64 7/8 as well, if you're measuring on the edge, top of the edge of the door. And now all we need to do is add our door stop and put our knob in. It feels to be a little bit hinge bound, which it could be if I cheat and bend these hinges just a tad little bit, that'll kind of close up our gap here and down there as well. And then that will keep the door from being hinge bound. So all we need to really do for at this moment is just put our door stop on here and to keep the door from pushing forward if we have to. So we'll be back. Okay, we've got our hinges spread on the top one and on the bottom one. And it did close our gap up, as you can tell. It's still a little bit wider than I would like here, but it's almost perfect at the top. But we're gonna have to live with that since the jam is already in and painted. We're just trying to fit it as best we can. We did get the door stop on, and I just have it tacked for right now till I come back and put the knob on and bring the nail gun to finish off that. But she's actually fitting real good. Listen to that slam here. It slams on like a car door. It's tight on the top and on the bottom, and that's what you want. And when I finish nailing this off, it'll close that gap up. And on the back side, you generally leave a little bit so that the door don't hit the door stop. So you leave a little bit. You see that all the way down and up on top. So the door's pretty much basically done till they come back and put the knobs on and nail that door stop off. And then we're gonna call it good. But this is how it's gonna look from the back. And we'll take another shot of it when I got the knobs on and the door stop nailed off and let you look at that. For now, it's your buddy Dale. I'll talk to you soon.